guys, Dylan from Mesa Fitness here, and today on Gym Talk, I'm talking to Max Radovanic. Max is a member out at Mesa Fitness in Clifton, and he's got a pretty incredible fitness journey that I think you're going to want to hear about. He started at 17, weighing over 400 pounds, and now he's just a little over 200. He's lost 200 pounds. Pretty incredible story. I only heard bits and pieces from it from his trainer in Clifton, and I wanted to hear it firsthand and share it with you guys. So take a listen and enjoy. All right, perfect. Okay, let's just start with where you started. What prompted you to begin on this journey? What prompted you to take that first step?
So I think it would probably be, I started at, I was 17, 430 pounds. I remember just going to my mom one day when she got home from work. I was like, I was bullied relentlessly in high school, and just people seem to treat you differently when you're just that size. And I was really depressed all the time, and addiction, was my self-medication was food. So I'd sit in my office and just get all this fast food and just be eating all day. It was either eating because of boredom and mainly depression though. And so eventually I just woke up one day and I said, kind of enough is enough. How long can I do this for? I don't think I can. I see where my health is going. It's not going in a good way. I went to the doctor and I got blood work, and he's like, look, you need to change your ways or you're gonna die, is what he said.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty tough conversation to hear, tough things to hear.
Exactly. And all this at 17, like I'm hearing this at 17,
yeah.
Pre-diabetic, and it's, just hearing that at such a young age, it's like, it was kind of like just a wake up call. And, I heard it before, but never like, a doctor telling you like you're gonna die.
Yeah.
That makes you really, really think.
It really sets your mind on a different path.
Exactly.
What was your next step?
Well, so I really just immersed myself in the information of nutrition. I didn't even know how to read a nutrition label at all. I didn't know what carbohydrates were, fats were, proteins were, what they did. I think what I first started with was I cut out soda completely. Like I drank a lot of soda. Like I'd get cases from the store, and I'd come home and I was, at times I think I'd drink like a case a day. I didn't like switch to diet. That wasn't my first thing I did. I just completely cut it out completely. I drank water and like sugar-free lemonade. I'd add like packets of lemonade or the packets of like my water bottle and whatnot. And I'd drink that instead, and I actually lost 30 pounds just doing that.
Wow. Just
making that change, yeah. And then I did a lot of research online, and I went to a lot of fitness YouTubers. I was just really trying to find as much information as I could. And I first did the keto diet. That was my first thing I did, but I did lose weight on that, but I at this point I didn't really know about a calorie deficit. I was still, kind of like in the infancy of, trying to figure out, what diets that would work for me. So the first thing I tried was the keto diet, and I felt, a lot of people from the keto diet, they figure out that it really helps them with their cognitive function, and they feel more awake during the day. It was literally complete opposite for me. I felt really depressed. Yeah, I felt really depressed, and I just, I felt so run down, and I just, I couldn't sustain that diet. I did it for about 6 months, and eventually I just said, I can't do this. I need to find something else. So, and that's when I found the high protein, high carb diet, low fat diet model.
Yeah.
And I implemented that. And this was around the time I hadn't started tracking my calories yet. I downloaded MyFitnessPal on my phone, and I scrolled down, I inputted all my weight and stuff like that. I was like, well, I want to lose weight really fast. So at the time, I remember it was 2,500 calories, and which is a lot. I mean,
yeah, that's quite a bit.
Yeah, exactly. And at this time, I went on my phone, I inputted that, and I actually started tracking my calories every day, and I haven't missed a day since.
That's awesome.
Since then, I've gone to a chronometer, but I haven't missed a day tracking my calories in 3 years.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
That's a tough feat.
Yeah.
I've gone through that a few times, and it's tough thing to do.
Yeah, it is.
Whether you're super experienced with your fitness or not.
Yeah.
It can be probably one of the most challenging things for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So where did your training go from there? How did you integrate training into what you were doing with nutrition and how that had changed?
Yeah, so at first, I didn't start going to the gym for a really long time, actually. I didn't start going, or not a really long time. I probably started about 6 months into dieting is when I actually started like going to the gym. But the thing is, I didn't know what I was doing with lifting. I didn't follow a program. I kind of just went in there, did some machines, but I was mainly there for the elliptical. I was there to, get on the elliptical for 60 to 90 minutes. 7 days a week. I don't have that kind of motivation for cardio anymore. But I would seriously, literally go every day. And, I went on, that was part of me losing weight so fast. I just shredded off the weight at that point. And I was tracking my calories combined with all that cardio. And I did gain some muscle though. I wasn't training my legs. However, I just completely skipped leg day. And, but I was at Planet Fitness at that time. And then I think it was, my mom said, hey, if you get to I forget what weight it was. She said, if you get to like 270, if you get there, well, because I wanted to go here. So she said, if you get to 270, we can transfer you over there and get you with a trainer. I said, that's awesome. Like, I want to do that. So I came here when I hit 270, and that's when I actually started following a program. I worked with Kyle. He was a trainer here.
Right.
Yep. And after that, things really started going on the right track. I actually, he cut my calories down even lower. We went to, I think it was either 2,000 or 2,200 or something like that. And he said, you need to stop working out so much. He said, you need to stop going 7 days a week. He said, we're going to do 4. And I said, really? Like, it seems like not a lot, but I trusted his word on it. I followed that, and I actually started following a program at the time, and I started training legs, and holy crap, I was sore all the time. And and I went from 270, I think, all the way down to 220 when I was with Kyle.
Wow, that's incredible. What's the time frame on that, you think?
Gosh, I think it was probably 6 months. It was either, I think it was 5 months, or 5 or 6. And that's why I think I had actually joined the 12-week challenge around that time. I didn't win, but it was a great experience.
That's incredible. That's a pretty big jump.
Yeah.
After losing what you lost, because at that point you had lost, what's that math, about 160 pounds?
Yes.
If I'm right?
Yes.
And to lose another 50 in about 5 or 6 months.
Yeah.
Working with a trainer is pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I actually had cut my, workout volume down. Like I didn't go every day anymore. So.
And what did those workouts look like? Are they mostly strength training? Did they have you doing a bunch of?
It was hypertrophy. I wanted to do bodybuilding at first, so
okay.
that's what I trained for. And later on, I kind of I want to get stronger. So he's like, all right, we'll do some like power building stuff, because I said I still want to do bodybuilding. So I trained that way, and I remember I could only do like 115 for like a set of 5. And then it was like, so that was on bench. And squat, I could only do a plate, like a set with just a plate on the bar.
Yeah.
But that was in the beginning. I was building up, and I think he came to me, and Kyle knew he said, I'm going to leave. Do you want to do online, or do you want to get with another trainer? And I said, well, I'd like to get with another trainer, because I think I really benefit from in person. So he directed me to Parker, and Parker, I had talked to Parker before. He's like, you'd be really good at powerlifting. Yeah. So I eventually went with him, and that was in August of 2022. So since then, I've been powerlifting, and I love it.
That's fantastic.
I really enjoy it. Yeah, and I've gotten really strong too. I think I've put about 600 pounds on my total since then.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
yeah. I just blew up. My numbers blew up, and I went from it was like a 315 squat, and now I'm around, I think, 445. Yeah, and then with deadlift, my deadlift blew up. I went from a 405 deadlift, and now my deadlift's around. I know I can do I did a set of 500 for 3 at like an RP7.
Wow.
So yeah, And then my bench also blew up. That went from, I think it was 185, and now I'm around 275 right now.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's
Man, yeah, I know.
That's a good vote of confidence for Parker, I'm sure. That
yeah. Oh yeah.
Close to the best.
Yeah, I'm like his model client or whatever. He'll he was telling me about that. So yeah, and me and him are great friends now. So
that's incredible.
I love Parker. He's great.
That's awesome. So let's start back from the beginning, looking back. What was probably your biggest hurdle from the starting point to where you are now?
So I don't think it was the weight loss that was really hard for me, because I was always staying on top of cardio and tracking my calories and whatnot. I do think it was more of the building muscle and the actual weightlifting that was really hard for me. I didn't know in the beginning that maintenance breaks were a thing, and maybe taking a break from dieting would be nice, like to help build your metabolism back up. Because I thought in the beginning that the answer to a plateau was, you just cut down more calories, and eventually I got down to like 1,800 at the end, and I was and the thing is I'm 6'4", and I was probably like 250 at the time.
Yeah.
And it's like, and I'm still, and then eventually I hit another plateau at 1,800 calories, and it's like, and Kyle's like, you need to probably bulk now or recomp, and I said, all right. And I the thing is, like, I suffered for pretty much no reason. Like I could have totally like taken a couple months off.
Yeah.
And but I never did. So because I was just so focused on getting to my goal weight. So but learning like proper lifting technique and just getting stronger was really hard for me. I remember just learning form and all this other stuff. That was definitely the hardest part. It wasn't really so much the weight loss.
I think form is something that a lot of people do tend to overlook.
Yeah.
That's one of the things that we try and preach. I know all of our trainers preach it, because a lot of it leads back into safety, and then that builds on the strength.
Mm-hmm.
If you can maintain a proper form to begin with, then one, you're staying safe, and then as the weight starts to go up, you're going to continue to be safe.
Exactly.
So that's always a tough one for people who are first coming in. What do you think were some of the biggest factors in your success so far? So what are you at right now?
So right now I fluctuate from around 235 to 240. Right now I'm just coming off of a bulk from 260, and I'm going down to 210. So
okay, so you're down about 200 pounds.
Yes.
Roughly.
Yes.
So what do you think have been the biggest things that have led to that success?
I definitely think tracking my calories and just tracking my calories, number one, like 100%. Definitely do that. It's going to help you out a lot. I know some people, they don't, they can just, intuitively eat, and I'm jealous. I'm going to have to track for the rest of my life, probably. Yeah. So, but I mean, it's eventually just becomes such a habit. Like the first thing I do when I eat is I just whip out my phone, type in, scan the barcodes of what I'm making. So
I think that's a great point, just turning it into a habit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of books on habits, and Atomic Habits is a really big one.
Yep.
But just turning things into habits, because those habits will create your future self.
Exactly.
Right? And I think you're a great example of that with, your training and your implementation of calorie counting.
Yep.
Things like that.
Yeah, and I was really willing to learn about nutrition too. The more I got into it, just the more interested I became.
That's great.
So I was, that was a lot of it, as I enjoyed learning about it. If you don't enjoy learning about it, I think it's going to be a little bit harder.
I think one of the things that a lot of people don't think about too is how much nutrition plays into their journey.
Oh my gosh,
a lot of people are like, I just need to start going to the gym.
Yeah.
Well, you can actually make a lot of changes just from nutrition.
Yeah, and I lost 60 pounds just by walking and changing my diet around.
Yeah.
So and I didn't even start going to the gym. That wasn't the first thing I did.
Yeah. So I think that probably had a big impact on you as well, that you took the nutrition part first.
Yeah.
It's often the hardest part.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think it, with muscle building and maintaining muscle and just your overall, your lifting, it's going to help immensely in your energy levels from day to day.
Right.
Just how you feel, my mental health is so much better, just by eating a proper diet.
Yeah.
And then the gym compounded on top of that. It's like a big snowball. That's what I like to compare it to, as a snowball. All these good habits just going.
Yeah, I like that.
So.
That's a really good metaphor.
Yeah.
Now you mentioned you're on a cut to 210. Are you? When we talked yesterday, you said you were working towards a competition.
Yeah. I'm going to my first powerlifting meet this year.
What is that?
That's going to be in December. So I have a little bit, but
So you got some time to work with it.
Yes, I do.
Awesome.
Yep.
And what are your goals for that? Do you have goals set so far, since it's so far out?
Yeah, I do. So I'm looking to deadlift 600 pounds. I'm looking to squat 500 around there. I just want to breach the 500 mark, and then I want to bench, hopefully 3 plates, but I'd be fine with 300.
Awesome.
I think, on this block of my program, I'm going to be maxed out on bench, so I'm hoping to hit 300.
That's awesome. Those are incredible numbers, especially to see where you were in August.
Yeah.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
I'll have to have Parker send us some video.
Oh, yeah.
Because I know he'll get it. Let's kind of recap everything here. What's one thing that you wish you would have known when you started?
So definitely the diet breaks in between. So now, right now, what I'm doing is I'm taking a 4 to 5 week deficit and then a 1 week maintenance break. And it also just gives you I had so much diet fatigue after 2 years of doing it, and I was just there was times where I just really, really wanted to give up and just binge. But I'm surprised I never did, because a lot of people, I think, would in that situation.
Yeah.
Just take it easy on yourself. If you're feeling that diet fatigue, or you feel like you really need a break and you need to if you're cutting just so much calories after a certain amount of time, and after that it's like you're still not, you still hit a plateau, or you're just not being able to stay committed, just take it easy for 2 weeks, or even a month, even. It's not a race.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a lifelong thing. You don't have to accomplish it in the next 4 weeks or the next 12 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it was just my knowledge on the maintenance breaks, and it's a the tortoise and the hare kind of thing. Going slow is a lot better than going really fast. I think with weight loss, especially when it comes to if you're in the triple digits with weight loss, you're gonna have a lot of loose skin by the end. I mean, that's, I think, just inevitable. Yeah. But to minimize that, going very slow is a good thing to have, because you're going to mitigate that loose skin at the end of the day.
Yeah. That's awesome. Now, when you say maintenance breaks, what are you doing on those maintenance breaks?
Yeah. So with your calories, I don't know if you're depending on your deficit. Say you're on a 500 calorie deficit, your maintenance, which is your what your body needs to just maintain itself, not lose or gain weight. So say your maintenance calories is 3,000. You're gonna, when you're after that deficit at 2,500, you're gonna go back up to 3,000 for that week, and maintain that for 7 days, and then you're gonna go back on that deficit. And what that's doing is your metabolism is going to kind of normalize, and your body's not gonna get so used to, because your body's gonna adapt. Your body's really good at adapting to a deficit. So, and it's gonna, obviously you're losing weight, so your maintenance calories are constantly going lower and lower and lower, throughout that.
That's awesome.
So.
Perfect. That's great. Any last closing thoughts? Anything you want to say to somebody who might be in the situation that you were at when you started?
So, I mean, you see me, you see what I did, and there's a lot of people that have done this too. I believe in you, and it's really hard when you first start off, but it takes 6 weeks to make a habit, and just hang in there for that 6 weeks, and eventually it gets so addicting, because you'll see all that great progress you're making, and it's just amazing. I promise. Hold out. You see me and you see what I did. It's definitely possible. If you have how much weight you have to lose, 50, 100, 200 pounds, it is doable, and I believe in you.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you coming in and chatting with me today.
Of course, I enjoyed it. I love talking about it. So.